We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender, and it's all about the young police from Jamaica, seeing Young Police Channel. Big up yourself, Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Blessed love, Rastafari.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video.
Yes, as we stated before and we say again, yes, those of you asking, we're not getting paid for this, to advertise this man. We're just doing it because it's our civic duty. This is our way of giving back to Jamaica, where we're from. Because this man is a Jamaican and he had killed a Jamaican in New York, yes, and he's wanted. This man's name is Javon Pinnock, and he's wanted for the murder of Javon Jamison. That's Blingers, yes, he was killed in 2023. Yes. So we just remind the public in Jamaica and in the diaspora, you know where you see this man, to call 911 or 119, yes, and report him. Can't miss. Some people have stated that they have seen him in Mandeville, some stated that they saw him in Montego Bay. Please, just report him to the local police and let them know that he's wanted in New York for the crime of murder. It's either go to jail before Christmas or to the departure lounge. Whatever, but we rather the departure lounge. That would be justice. Yes, because he deliberately and with malice aforethought killed Javon Jamison. Yeah, so as we have stated before and we state again, today's video is totally different. We're talking about a man, yes, by the name of Mark Golan. Yes, man, the foreigner. The man who claims that he born in Jamaica, a fraud. Yes, so we're just showing the difference, when it comes on to decency, honesty, and patriotism, to show that the PNP criminal organization is the party of traitors. And any country where you have traitors, you know that your country is going to eventually crumble. Because once you have traitors involved in selling out your country, it doesn't matter where you live in the world, and you can see it. Anytime you see the enemies and people in your countries are in your country, they are friends, you know that your country is going backwards. Yes. So we can see, so this is 2024, and they are claiming that this man, the PNP is claiming that this man, Mark Golan, is a born Jamaican. That's what they told the Jamaican people. Until we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel last year, after the death of, they had murdered Sweeney and rum punch in Gregory Park, we had received the, what should we say, highly classified information that Mark Golan is not a Jamaican by birth, and he's not a Jamaican period. He has no ties to Jamaica apart from the woman that he's married to, yes, Sandra. And we're not going to say his marriage is not true love, but at the time when she got pregnant, yes, that was rape under Jamaica law. Whether you like it or you don't like it, we know that Jamaican people don't like to hear the truth, especially when they like somebody. And as we said before, and we say again, we care zero about that. And we just tell you the real mama papa truth. So you know that there's a man that goes by the name of Edward SEAGA, passed away I will tell anyone that, to me, that's one of my era. Reason being, the blueprint that Edward SEAGA had for Jamaica before Michael Manley became Prime Minister in 1972. If the licky Jamaican people who did not want a belly full and want a good education, Jamaica would have been the Singapore in the Caribbean. But guess what? Jamaican people, they don't think long term. They think short term. What's in it for me? So we're telling you, Edward SEAGA never claimed to be a born Jamaican. Never. Mark Golding need to go back to Britain. I've been lying for years that he's a born Jamaican until we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel expose him as a fraud. Yes. So they don't know how to handle it. They cannot show a birth certificate or anything, because unless this man have 2 birth certificates, so he'd be born, he would be born in 2 places, England and Jamaica. So one of his birth would be spiritual. Who's the nurse in Jamaica? There's no record of him of UC, no record of him of RGD. So he needs to go back to his country. So we're going to show you how that the British, for the past, they have their feet in our necks since they had left Jamaica. Not for us to become a prosperous nation, but for us to destroy ourselves. Remember, the British Empire, these are some wicked white people, you know. These are the epitome of evil. Remember, it's them that the United States of America had fought to get their independence. So these are not nice people. So don't think for a minute that these people love us. They don't. They had never loved us, never have, and will never will. Yeah, so as we continue the journey, you know, moving on, so we're going to tell you about this man who's not a Jamaican, Mark Golding, and you just need to go back. So the truth about Edward SEAGA and Mark Golding, a perspective on leadership and national identity. Edward SEAGA, a towering figure in Jamaica's history, never claimed to be a born Jamaican, never claimed to be born in Jamaica. He was honest and transparent about his origins. Having been born in Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America, to parents who were Jamaicans by descent, his parents, deeply rooted in Jamaica, were integral into the country's economy. Owning business is in the Kingston metropolitan areas, including travel agencies and other enterprises. Edward SEAGA lived among the Jamaican poor during his early years, walking barefoot and residing in dilapidated housing in Kingston, gaining first-hand knowledge of the struggle faced by the less fortunate. And we must even hear that even at one point in time, SEAGA was boxed, yes man, by a man in a Jamaica, downtown, and him never make any harm come to him. And we'll let a Jamaican tell you about that. SEAGA's commitment to Jamaica was unequivocal. He renounced his American citizenship at a young age of 22 to fully embrace his role as a Jamaican leader. He was deeply invested in the country's future, crafting visionary policies and development strategies. He was instrumental in creating the blueprint that later propelled Singapore, a country once similar to Jamaica in its socio-economic status. Let me repeat myself. We know say the low IQ people, they don't care about that. All them care about is killing. Yeah, killing one another. Who are the baddest person. Sometime you heard me said before, give me the book and not the gun. I was talking about Edward SEAGA and the Singapore plan, not Michael Manley and the Brigadista thing. Because that is destruction. Look what happened in Singapore right now, today in 2024. Jamaicans need visa to go to Singapore. Singapore country used the blueprint that was written for Jamaica and become a first world country. And the man that had written it, the same black people were told to hate him, Edward SEAGA. Don't you say that you people are all fools? First world, first class fools, dummies, fools. That's what you people are, all of you. Your ancestors, your grandparents were all licky people. That's why you still that same way. Fools. And that's why most of you, all of you, still live in the same abject poverty and illiteracy. because that's what they have you people have. Just one meal and that's it. While this man had a plan for all of us to be a educated society. No, we never want that. We don't want to kill one another. Who can kill the most people? And why bodies and what done? In Singapore, them not done. Everybody just live, just like what you have in America. You're not done or nobody will run off the ends. That don't happen in an educated society. Or in low IQ country. Edward SEAGA was instrumental in creating a blueprint that propelled Singapore to a first world status. The legacy demonstrates SEAGA's dedication to transforming Jamaica into a first world nation. However, when Michael Manley rose to power in 1972, many of SEAGA's initiatives were discarded. Manley's leadership took a vastly different direction, which some argue contributed to the erosion of Jamaica's social and economic stability. This period saw a significant cultural shift, with the People's National Party engaging in divisive politics that targeted SEAGA not only for his skin color but also for his foreign birth. They even used music as a tool to discredit him, fostering a narrative that he was unfit to lead because he was not born in Jamaica. Let me repeat it, The PNP, they ventured down, they saw this as something to target SEAGA, not only for his skin color, but for his foreign birth. Although his parents were Jamaicans by birth, they even used music as a tool to discredit him, fostering a narrative that he was unfit to lead Jamaica because he was not born in Jamaica. Fast forward to 2024, and we see a stark contrast with the current leader of the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, Mark Jefferson Golding, born in London, England. Golding ties to Jamaica are far less substantiated. Unlike SEAGA, whose parents were Jamaican by birth and who devoted his life to improving Jamaica, Golding's lineage and background raises questions about his commitment to the country. His parents were neither Jamaican by birth nor deeply connected to the island, and some believe they were affiliated with the British government's interests that sought to maintain control over Jamaica, preventing it from achieving true independence and prosperity. And we saw it happen earlier this year when Jamaica was supposed to become a republic. We saw the big belly white man from England, Mark Golding, who have no ties to Jamaica, said Jamaica now going to become a republic. And that one of the bosses leave them in the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization stand up for this. Them stand up for Britain, as usual, the traitors them. These are the traitors that we have within our country. The black traitors them that Marcus Garvey warned us about. They are in the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, including the Fartimouth Rasta, Mota Baroka, the Barefoot Rasta. The one that Fantan Muja saying no beard. I don't know about that because I've never seen him or I not even know him. The PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization has presented Mark Golding as a leader. However, many view his leadership as a continuation of foreign influence that stifles Jamaica's potential. Golding's presence in Jamaican politics is seen by some as an extension of British interest that have historically undermined the island's progress. The claim is that such interests have fostered a culture of violence, belligerence and disunity, keeping Jamaica from realizing the vision Edward SEAGA once had for our nation. A Britain why Jamaica is in this problem. And we're going to tell you now, because them bring back a British man for do the same thing. So Golding, lack of genuine ties to Jamaica is a stark contrast to Edward SEAGA's deep connection and sacrifice for the country. SEAGA's life and work embodied a dedication to Jamaica's people and future. He relinquished his foreign citizenship and faced relentless attacks because of his race and origin. Yet he preserved to leave a legacy of hope and ambition for Jamaica. The time has come for Jamaicans to critically assess their leadership and demand accountability Mark Golding's role in Jamaica's political landscape should be scrutinized. Born in London, with no significant ties to the struggles or aspirations of Jamaicans, Golding must go back, return to his country of birth, Britain. Jamaica deserves leaders who prioritize its people, embrace its culture, and work tirelessly to build a brighter future. The question now is this: will Jamaica allow a foreign-born leader with questionable ties to the island to dictate their future? No. We need for him to go back to his country when I want him here. Or will they demand leaders like Edward SEAGA, who despite his foreign birth, demonstrate an unyielding commitment to prosperity of Jamaica and its people? The jig is up, Mark Golding. Go back to your country and it's time for a change. Jamaica need leadership that is unequivocally Jamaican and art. Jamaican in heart and soul and action. You need to go back to your country. You're not a Jamaican. So the tale of roots and legacy, why leadership in Jamaica must be authentically Jamaican. I am Christopher Porter, born and raised in Jamaica at 38 Axquith Street, Jonestown, Kingston 12. My story, like that of so many Jamaicans, is deeply rooted in the soil of this island, its struggles, its triumphs, and its hopes. My mother was born here, as was my father, and I have walked the streets of Kingston, feeling the pulse of our people. Jamaica is not just where I came from, it is who I am. Now let us turn to the man who called himself a leader of this land, wants to be the leader of this land, Mark Jefferson Golding. Unlike me and countless other Jamaicans, Mark Golding was not born here, his father was not born here, his mother was not born here. They have no ancestral ties to Jamaica, no roots dug into the soil of this island. Mark Jefferson Golding's story begins in Britain, the heart of the empire that once enslaved and exploited us, including my ancestors. His connection to Jamaica is tenuous at best, manufactured at worst. So I ask, how can someone who has no real ties to our land presume to lead its people? The history of Jamaica is one of resilience, resistance against colonial domination. Our ancestors fought tirelessly to reclaim their identity, to forge a nation independent of the oppressive grasp of the British Empire. Yet, here we are in 2024 with a man at the M of the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, a man whose roots are not Jamaican but British. A man whose very presence in our leadership feels like a betrayal of everything our ancestors fought for. Mark Jefferson Golding's tie to Britain cannot be ignored. The empire that once ruled us with brutality still casts a long shadow over our nation. Our struggle today, poverty, violence, and systemic inequality are not accidents. They are the legacy of centuries of exploitation, are designed to keep us dependent and divided. Golding British lineage and upbringing only serve to remind us of the chain we thought we had broken. What's worse, Golding's children were not even born in Jamaica. They too are foreigners to this land. How can someone who doesn't share in a lived experience of Jamaicans, whose family have no stakes in our soil, claim to understand our struggles? Leadership demands more than policies and speeches. It demands a connection to the people, a shared history, and a genuine commitment to their future. Mark Jefferson Golding offered none of these. Contrast this with the countless Jamaicans whose, despite hardship, have poured their hearts into this land. People like Edward SEAGA, who, though born abroad, immersed himself in Jamaica's culture, walk among its people, and renounce his foreign citizenship to serve as one of us. SEAGA's contributions to Jamaica were tangible. His policies, his vision, and his commitment left a legacy that still inspires today. But Golding's, his presence feels more like an extension of Britain's lingering grip than a step towards Jamaica's independence. Where are the frothy mouths, Rasta, Mota Baroka? It's time to say enough. Mark Golding needs to go back to Britain, to the empire that shaped him. Because his vision for Jamaica is not our vision. His roots are not our roots. His struggles are not our struggles. Jamaica need leaders who are of this land, who feel its pain and its promise in their bones. Leaders who, like the people, are willing to fight for a future free from the shadows of colonialism. The time has come for Jamaicans to demand more from those who claim to represent us. We deserve leaders who embody the spirit of this island, who honor its history and fight for its future. Mark Golding is not that leader. He's a foreigner in the land that deserves better. So I say, go back to your country, white man. Go back to the empire that shaped you and leave Jamaica to its people. The jig is up. Jamaica is for Jamaicans. Those who are born here, those who live here, and those who love this island with all their hearts. It's time to reclaim our history, our leadership, and destiny. The future of Jamaica depends on it. You need to go back to your country, man. As I said before, I, Christopher Porter, was born in a belly of a beast. Jonestown, Kingston 12. I have lived and breathed and seen firsthand struggles and hopes of the Jamaican people. I was born in a land of untapped potential. A place where resources, the talent, and the spirit to rise as a beacon for the Caribbean and the world. We had a chance to become the pearl of the Caribbean, a first world nation, a true symbol of black empowerment. But that dream and that vision was stolen from us, and I will tell you why. The vision of Edward SEAGA, a blueprint for progress. They won't tell you this. The people, the media, remember the journalists in Jamaica, they are all snails. They are not journalists, they are snailists. These are traitors, majority of them. Because majority of them are socialists and criminal minded. They don't want better for Jamaican people. They want you to continue to suffer whilst they live above. And we'll go into that later. Edward SEAGA, a man who was not born on Jamaican soil, but who loved this. Love for this country ran deeper than any political allegiance. Was the architect and vision that could have transferred Jamaica into a first world nation. He was a man who saw beyond the present struggles and read for a future where Jamaica stood tall among great nations of the world. His blueprint, the one that could have made Jamaica a true Singapore in the Caribbean, was rooted in development, education, industry, and an unwavering respect for the rule of law. SEAGA understood that in order for Jamaica to rise, we had to look inward, build from within, and avoid the shackles of colonial dependency that had held us back for so long. The same blueprint that he had for Jamaica, the people, Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, came to Jamaica and took a copy of it. And look at Singapore now. Look where we are at right now. And they're talking about Michael Manley was a great man. These people are some fools. They don't know progress. They don't know when somebody love them. A man who teach them to hate one another and kill labor right, every labor right for dead, every police or enemy. See, I got a vision not just for the economy, but for the cultural and moral regeneration of Jamaica. He believed that the country could become a symbol of prosperity for black nations worldwide. He had a vision like Marcus Garvey. In his vision, Jamaica wasn't just a tropical island. It was the first world model that could demonstrate the power of black-led independent nations standing shoulder to shoulder with the world's greatest economies, just as Singapore. But this dream, this vision was cut short by a man sent to Jamaica to lead us astray, Michael Manley. Yes, Michael Manley, born in London, England, was not the son of the soil. His roots were not in the Jamaican community, nor did he share the daily struggle of the people. He was meant to lead, while Edward SEAGA immersed himself in Jamaican culture, understanding its people and their needs. Manley's perspective was shaped more by foreign influences, yet despite his foreign upbringing, Manley was given the reign of leadership in 1972, and instead of continuing a path to prosperity laid out by Edward SEAGA, Manley turned his back on the dream and led Jamaica down a darker road. In 1972, Jamaica was on the cusp of something extraordinary. We were on our way to becoming another Singapore, a nation that had been transformed from a small third world island to a prosperous first world powerhouse in a matter of decades. But Michael Manley's policies, influenced by socialist ideologies and international pressures, instead set the stage for Jamaica's descent into chaos. It was under Manley's leadership that we saw the rise of political violence, the glorification of criminals, and the decline of law and order. Manley's 1970s policies did not just neglect SEAGA'S vision, they actively destroyed it. He played into the hands of criminal elements, using them for political gain. He created an environment where violence and lawlessness were tolerated in the name of political expediencies, and where killers turned on their neighbors, leaving a legacy of division and distrust in Jamaican society. Remember Bora Boy? Remember Fed Up? Jamaica, once poised to be a first world country, became a place where the very rule of law was undermined. The dream of prosperity, of peace, of a lawful society, governed by patriotism and respect for one another, was shattered. Manley didn't just fail to build on SEAGA'S progress. He destroyed the dream that so many Jamaicans, especially our black people, held dear. The reality of lost dream. So what became of the dream? What happened to the vision of a peaceful, prosperous, and powerful Jamaica, respected on the world stage? This answer is simple. It was betrayed. In 1972, when Manley won, Jamaica was en route to becoming Singapore, and he turned Jamaica into a criminal's paradise by creating killers who turn on their neighbors. Liars won't tell you that. This is the truth. That's so many refuse to confront. The rise of crime, the division of communities, and the collapse of social order that we saw in the 70s and beyond are directly tied to Manley's policy. While SEAGA's vision was one of empowerment, prosperity, and global respect, Manley's vision turned us into a nation fractured by political violence, with criminals as the new heroes of the day. And even today, the repercussions of those choices echo throughout Jamaican society. Edward SEAGA's legacy, blueprint for a first world nation. While Michael Manley betrayed the dream, Edward SEAGA's legacy remained a reminder of what could have been. SEAGA's vision wasn't just about building an economy, it was about building a nation. He believed that through education, industrial growth, and cultural pride, Jamaica could be the leader of the Caribbean. It was Edward SEAGA who understood that we need to focus on building the foundation of a modern, forward-thinking society. A society where the rule of law wasn't optional, and where citizens could live in peace and prosperity, free from tyranny of criminal gangs and political manipulation. Edward SEAGA is the author of the Singapore Blueprint, which is why it is a first world country today. Its blueprint created a first world country, and the licky voters choose the one-day bellyful candidate. Give me a book, not the gun. So every time when you hear I said, give me the book and not the gun, I am talking about SEAGA. Give me the book. And I don't want no gun. I don't want Michael Manley. And you could remind me how much time him lift me up. That don't do nothing to me. Because I have zero respect for this man. None. One, he destroyed Jamaica. I want to feel if you understand. Because all I want to lie. I want to love people lie to you. I am not going to lie to you. I am here to tell you the truth. The real mama papa truth. The PMP destroyed Jamaican people. And I'm still doing it to 2024. SEAGA's blueprint for Jamaica was based on long-term growth, sustainability, and development. It was about creating a society where people didn't have to depend on the state, but could thrive on their own through access to education, job, and security. In Singapore, they have to import gardeners, babysitters, because the people are so educated there. The average pay for the people in Singapore, 85,000 US, more than what the people in the United States of America make. The people in Singapore, they don't need visa to come to America. And they don't visit America either. I'm telling you. They have everything there. They don't visit America. Their currency is stronger than the US dollar. Stronger than the pound. SEAGA blueprint for Jamaica was based on a long-term growth, sustainability and development. It was about creating a society where people didn't have to depend on the state. Michael Manley did that. That's why we have so much licky. You just give them $5,000 and then vote against them one. Them vote against them oneself. And yet, many voters seduced by short-term promises and populist rhetoric chose Manley's vision of immediate relief over SEAGA long-term tragedy. The cost of this decision has been immense. Jamaica has never fully recovered from the years of political violence, economic mismanagement, and the glorification of criminality that followed. Sometimes I tell us Michael Manley is Satan himself. This is it. So those of you who can think and your brain is not insulated from bulletproof, you will understand why I always say, give me the book and not the gun. Why would I want the gun? Gun is something that destroy life. Give me the book. Educated people. A majority of Jamaicans can't go to Singapore. Majority of them. Reason being, because they are low IQ people. If they go to Singapore, just even go on the plane. By the way, in Singapore, airspace, jail. You can't spit on the street here. You can't spit bubble gum on the street. The least thing Jamaican go there, most of them are in up a prison. It's time for Jamaica to reflect on the lessons of the past. The dream of a first world Jamaica is still possible, but it requires leadership that respect the rule of law, prioritize education and industry that value the dignity of Jamaican people over political gain. The PNP will never do that. The PNP never love Jamaica or the Jamaican people. All them love is power. And that will destroy Jamaica. Singapore at one point in time, Lee Kuan Yew had to become a dictator. That's how Singapore become a first world country. Now, the people in Singapore, no. Because them chase out the liberal mind people, them, you know. The so-called people, them, we talk about human rights. These people, you know, these white people, you know, we're in a people country about human. Them don't mean your country no good. That's why Lee Kuan Yew chase them out. Say, I want to come out of my country, you can't tell me if you do. Even the Americans, them, the first world country now, him die and die as a hero. All of the people them in Singapore mourn when this man passed away. One man. That be like great build a first world country from the swamp. Just like our harbour, the dirty and everything. Everything where Edward SEAGA had. This man take it from Jamaica and take it to Singapore and create a first world country. And we still back in our 60s, same year, per, you know, household earning per annum. Same. While Singapore jump how much? 10,000% or more. Because you have a party where care not about the people, but the destruction of the people. It's time Jamaica to reflect on the lesson of the past. The dream of a first world Jamaica is still possible, but it requires leadership. You have to have both political parties come together, in which one of them will never, the PNP, unless we get the American them for label the PNP as a terrorist organization by making sure that all of them can travel and all of these things to come to America and other first world country. And also we can get them for change. Or else Jamaica will continue to go in the abyss until we reach 80. Remember, you know, the PNP created, and them even give away Jamaican for justice, you know. Everything we destroy we as a people. Them not love Jamaica. Them don't go love them party. Them not love black people. All of the white people, them in a PNP, not love black people. Remember I ran it with when I pushed the LGBTQ plus something through the back door and black people. And I tell black people, say, Rear Admiral, more important have more talk in Jamaica than black people, a black country. I want to still vote for them. I want a dummy. Give me the book and not the gun. I don't want no gun. Give me the book. Education is the key. But they don't want you to live like that way. I tell you why. Because they enjoy seeing that. They can't talk and laugh at you. We must return to SEAGA'S vision. A vision that doesn't glorify criminals or divide us along political lines, but unite us in the pursuit of progress and national pride. As a man born in the heart and the belly of the beast, a man who have lived through the struggles of our people, I understand the importance of reclaiming our destiny. Edward SEAGA'S blueprint may have been discarded, but it's not too late for us to pick up it again. We must reject the politics of division, violence and corruption that have held us back for so far too long. Jamaica deserves better. We deserve the dream that SEAGA'S once offered, a dream of prosperity, peace and a proud, sovereign people standing tall in the Caribbean and the world. The time for change is now. It's time for Jamaica to demand a future that honor the past, embrace the progress and fulfill the dream of a first world nation. The lesson of history are clear, and it's time we act on them. So we are making you listen now to what Cliff Hughes is saying about Mark Golding being a foreigner in a Jamaica. Hey, look here. Even we show you how dishonest these people are. Him not even say the man a foreigner. Him just say I use a race thing. He knows too, you know. Cliff Hughes know that Mark Golding is a foreigner, a British man. But I don't know why these people are afraid to speak the truth, are afraid to hold this man accountable. This man is not Jamaican. You think we could have gone to England and claim say we are British? They will laugh off away and lock you up if they get with a British passport. So we tell us that we have the traitors them all over. The black traitors, the intelligent and them intelligent, and they are the one that misleading the same low IQ people. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. You're going to hear it for yourself. From this man, Cliff Hughes, I tell you about what they did to Edward SEAGA'S, these wicked people.
I lived through that period. The PNP taste and I feel some of their own medicine. And on that basis they justify it. And Dr. Abrams suggested that the PNP should apologize for what it did for many, many years against Edward SEAGA'S. I lived through that period. And I know what the demonization of SEAGA'S based on the color of his skin, how that was painful and hurtful for labor rights. And that is why labor rights now are saying, good, when we feel what we felt. When the PNP started to demonize SEAGA'S from 1974 when he became leader of the Jamaica Labour Party until his death, yes? That was wrong, egregiously wrong. You see how it come back to bite the PNP? Yeah? You see it's biting them in you know.
Yeah, so when I said that this man is my hero, Edward SEAGA'S, some people, I can't believe that you're from Jonestown and Michael Manley lifted you up 3 times when you were growing up, when you were a little boy. When you're a little boy, you could hardly talk. And now you're talking, your hero is a man who is a labourite. Hey, look here. Just give me the book and not the gun. I would have rather if you live in Singapore than live in Jamaica any day. Yes, my father born here. My mother born here. Mark Golding no born here. He needs to go back to Britain. I born here. Him no born here. Wanna go on a traitor. So moving on. As a Jamaican man born and raised in the belly of the beast, I have witnessed the injustices and the hypocrisy that have plagued our nation for decades. The latest twist in this ongoing saga is both ironic and infuriating. Cliff Hughes, a Jamaican journalist, or should I say snail-list, yes, has spoken candidly about how the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization demonized Edward SEAGA'S for decades. They attack him for the color of his skin, fostering a division and resentment, branding him as an outsider, unfit to lead Jamaica, despite his tireless dedication to the country. Edward SEAGA'S meant Jamaica more good than any one of them, than any of the black man them or should we say the white British man, Michael Manley, who was born in Britain. So England always signed one of them people we sent to come finish this trial as a people. And the licky Jamaican them, no fears them. All them just want is a meal. Nothing else. Them don't think about the future or the future of their children. And now decades later, we see history repeating itself in the most hypocritical way. Dr. Michael Abrams, a respected voice, has called for the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization to apologize for their relentless smear campaign against SEAGA. He urges them to acknowledge the wrongs they committed against not only SEAGA but also to the Jamaica Labour Party and its supporters. Why? Because the same party that vilifies SEAGA for his skin color now champion Mark Golding, a man with the same complexion as their leader. The glaring contradiction exposing the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization opportunism and disregard for principles. But as a Jamaican, a man who born in the belly of the beast, I say this: if the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization apologizes, the Jamaica Labour Party must reject it. An apology means nothing when the damage is already done and they don't say SEAGA is no longer with us to hear it. He endured decades of vitriol, slander and outright lies, all while working tirelessly to uplift Jamaica. Our apology now, when politically convenient, is hollow. It does not erase the years of pain and division they cause. Edward SEAGA, a true Jamaican visionary. Edward SEAGA, despite the relentless attacks on his character, and was one of Jamaica's greatest visionary. Born in the United States but deeply rooted in Jamaican life. He dedicated his life to transforming our nation into a beacon of hope and progress. Jamaican people don't want a better life. They just want to live like dirtiness, living like decadent, kill people, murder people, bad man done culture. Nobody know education, a white man thing. And that's why them hate him. Everything the man did was to uplift we as a people. We have a place named Things Jamaica. The PNP them turn it in a prison. All them know for these create chinks. That are criminals, we I tell you. The PNP turned Things Jamaica into a prison. Horizon. Most of them don't know that. A PNP, a PNP, them have to build prison because the amount of criminals them breed like chinks when they were in power. A part towards becoming a first world country where Jamaicans and Jamaican of all background could prosper. Edward SEAGA policies focuses on education, industrial development and law and order, aiming to create Jamaica that could stand tall on the world stage. Yet, the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization weaponized his skin color against him. They made him a target of hatred, used race as a political tool to divide Jamaicans and show up their own power. They turned SEAGA visionary for unity and progress into lightning rod for their own propaganda. And now after his death, they suddenly want to rewrite history and apologize. Get out of here. And there's some people that say, go and suck it. But where was this remorse when SEAGA was alive and could confront their lies? While the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization demonized SEAGA for his foreign birth and white complexion, they now rally behind Mark Golding, a man who was born in London, England, with no real ties to Jamaica's struggle or culture. This is not just hypocrisy, it's an insult to every Jamaican who has endured the hardship of life on this island. Golding is not one of us. He does not understand the struggles of Jamaican people, nor does he share our history. His upbringing in Britain and his elite background place him far removed from the average Jamaican reality. Yet the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization want us to believe he's fit to lead. How can they reconcile with their decade-long campaign against SEAGA? The truth is they can't. Their actions show that they are willing to twist their narrative to suit their political agenda regardless of the harm it causes to Jamaica's unity and progress. the Maroons and the PNP bubble of denial. The PNP LGBTQ plus and its supporters live in a bubble of denial, much like the Maroons of a compound town, St. Elizabeth, who often see themselves as separate from the rest of Jamaica. Many in the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization do not see themselves as Jamaican in the truest sense. They prioritize their own interests, their own narratives, and their own agenda over the needs of Jamaican people. PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organizations, supporters, voters, and activists, they do not see themselves as Jamaica. They see themselves as PNP. So them see themselves. If they cannot embrace their identity as Jamaica, if they continue to see themselves as agents of division and subservience to foreign interests, then perhaps it's time for them to go back to their daddy, King Charles, in Britain. Jamaica needs leaders who are proud of their Jamaican identity, who understand the struggles of its people, and who are committed to build a brighter future for everyone, not just our political gain. Rejecting the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization policy and moving forward. And I would say to the labor rights and all Jamaicans, I say this: if the PNP apologize, tell them to keep it. And apologies have no significance when it comes from a place of convenience rather than genuine remorse. What the PNP must do instead is to take responsibility for their actions, not just their treatment of Edward Seaga, but for the decades of division, violence, and mismanagement they have brought to Jamaica. They must stop supporting leaders that do not have Jamaica's best interests at heart. Mark Golding does not represent the Jamaica we want or need. He's a relic of colonial past that we are striving to leave behind. If the PNP truly wants to make Jamaica a better place, they should start by sending Mark Golding back to Britain, where his loyalty and roots lie. Jamaica deserves better than apologies and hypocritical leadership. We deserve leaders who understand what it means to be a Jamaican. Leaders who are committed to unity, progress, and well-being of every citizen. Remember, it was Mark Golding last year, who reared Michael Manley ugly head with the bomb in the Harrison in Gregor Park that killed Sweeney and Rum Punch. That's when we found out that he was not one of us last year. Remember, we know the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporters and voters, you can give them poison to drink and tell them someone else is going to die and they will drink it. That's how licky and dumb these people are. They don't value education, they value violence, killing. Yes. Oh, I'm going to kill 10 boys. Rah! Mark Golding tell them to step it up. And them a kill. And now we're not getting no one murder again. At 5, 6, 8. Them say them a reach 14. Them say them on the biggest record. Them a say Cherry Tree Lane. Them on 14 before the year end. The PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization actions over the decade have shown that they are not fit to lead. They have defied us, misled us, and held us back from achieving our true potential. It's time for us to rise above their lies and their games. Let us reject their false apology, their false narrative, and their false leader. Let us demand accountability, integrity, and vision from those who seek to lead us. Jamaica's future depends on it. Let us honor the legacy of Edward Seaga and continue the fight for Jamaica that is prosperous, peaceful, and proud. We don't want no more violence. We don't want no PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization and a foreigner in our country. Mark Golding need to go back to his country, England. We don't want him there. My father born here, my mother born here, I and I born here. Mark Golding no born here. Him father no born here, him mother no born here. He need to go back to Britain. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.